So the aim for today is to answer the question, what is the Fertile Crescent? What is today's aim? Excuse me, I just sneezed. Anyway, in this video, we will look at some vocabulary and then look at some background on the Fertile Crescent. So first, the vocabulary. Civilization. A group of people with similar traditions, governments, language, and culture. So that's a group of people who have the same holidays, they have the same leaders, they speak the same language, sing the same songs, tell the same stories. The next is Mesopotamia. Once again, this word is Mesopotamia. That is the name of a civilization that formed between the Tigris and Euphrates rivers. Once again, Mesopotamia is the name of a civilization that formed between the Tigris and Euphrates rivers. What two rivers did Mesopotamia form between? So the next word is fertile. Fertile means good for growing. That word is fertile. Fertile means good for growing. And the next word is crescent. Crescent means shaped like a curved moon. So you know when the moon isn't full and it's just kind of a little curve in the sky? Think the DreamWorks logo. That shape is a crescent. And finally, we have the Fertile Crescent. The Fertile Crescent is the crescent-shaped land that surrounded the Nile, Tigris, and Euphrates rivers. This land was good for farming. What do you think made the Fertile Crescent fertile? Why do you think that land was so good for farming? All right. So, what made the Fertile Crescent fertile was the rivers. And we are going to be looking at a couple different places on Earth where people first started civilizations, where they first started big groups of people who all spoke the same language, had similar governments, told the same stories. The one we're going to look at right now is this one right here. This green area is what we talk about when we say the Fertile Crescent. And this map shows where agriculture began, so where people started farming. And the darker it is, the longer people have been farming there. And as you can see, the darkest parts of the map are right here in the Fertile Crescent, over here in China, and then along a few rivers in India. But we're going to focus for right now in this area called the Fertile Crescent. So when we zoom in on that area, we see three main rivers: the Nile, the Euphrates, and the Tigris. If you remember when we said the word Meso, as in Mesolithic, meant middle Stone Age, here Meso means middle, as in between the two rivers. So Mesopotamia means the land in the middle of the rivers. Once again, Meso means middle, and Mesopotamia means the land in the middle of the rivers. What does Mesopotamia mean? So we're going to start by looking at the Mesopotamian civilization. Then we're going to look at the Egyptian civilization. And then we'll talk very quickly about the Assyrians. And then we're going to move on to China, okay? But for right now, we're going to look at Mesopotamia. So, the first civilizations emerged in the part of the Fertile Crescent called Mesopotamia. And as you can see here, it means the land between the rivers or the land in the middle of the rivers. Mesopotamia was made up of a collection of city-states. So it was a lot of little cities that made up this civilization. Each city-state had its own gods, kings, and laws. So they all spoke the same language and told the same stories, but they each had their own kings and their own laws and their own gods. Did city-states share gods and kings, or did each city-state have their own gods and kings? Mesopotamians also created many inventions or innovations, including bronze weapons. Let's wait for that to go away. The wheel, irrigation, and writing. What is one innovation created by Mesopotamians? All right, guys, that's it for today.